Something is moving in the woods. It's big, it's fast, it's quiet, and it's always just out of sight. People swear they've seen it, they've heard it, they've felt it watching. Tonight, we're talking about Bigfoot and the encounters that refuse to die. I'm Chris, and this is Unfiltered Talk Radio, where we dig into the stories people whisper about but never explain. If you've ever felt something is watching you in the woods, you're going to want to stick around. So who or what is Bigfoot? Is it a monkey? Is it a gorilla? Is it a caveman? Is it a wolf man? Is it a wolf girl? Is it a cave woman? Is it some big hairy man walking down the street? Well, hopefully by the end of the night you'll have a little opinion. Or maybe you'll have your own opinions and stories to tell me about it. Or maybe you've had some encounters yourself. Well, folks, so modern sightings, go back to 1867 until recent. So we're 2026. So we're talking 56 years, 159 years. In those 159 years, it's been reported about 94 documented sightings. And that's not saying what the FBI has said in their declassified files, but we'll get into that later. But there has been all over at least 94 sightings. And why do people believe it? Well, it's the same reasons why people don't believe. Some people believe because it gives them that sense of imagination. Some believe because it's been around for so long that it's too good to be untrue. But, I have had friends I've like, hey, do you believe in Bigfoot? And they're like, well, I don't know. I can't say yes or no. And I'm like, well, did you believe in the bunny? Did you believe in Santa Claus when you were growing up? Oh, yeah. Well, you believed in those, but you can't believe in something else. I'm like, well, it's different. Our parents told us that they're real. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm telling you Bigfoot's real. Does that make a difference? No. But it's okay. We all have our personal opinion of it. And we all have our beliefs. Do I believe? Well, I'm in between. I will say. Do I believe that there's something among us? Oh, of course. I tell people that a lot because we didn't just wake up and magically we were smart. Someone had to teach us that. So the fact that maybe someone's out there, from what I've seen pictures of it, what I've heard of it, to me it looks like a gorilla from what I've seen. Between a gorilla and a suit, but I've always noticed that the images are always blurry. Now, get it? The earlier times we didn't have the technology we do now to produce 4K, 8K, whatever pictures, videos, but who's to say it's not some person who's 7 foot tall and has lupus? Well, call it wolf disease. Let's just call it that. There's a big old medical term of it for it, but I'm not here to do say medical terms all night long. I'm just here to kind of give my take on it. I've been watching some videos. Watched many videos. I've done some reading on the declassified files from the FBI. And bottom line is that everything that they've been sent from a guy named Pete Byron. And, he writes them from the Bigfoot Information Center, the BIC, and well, um, he concluded that they had sent back the hair samples. He had 15 hair samples, and they sent them over to the FBI laboratories to get analyzed. Ultimately, came back and said that we can't trace that back to of any origin on this planet. So it's pretty much saying that we're not saying yes and we're not saying no, but it's inconclusive. That's the easiest way for people to get out of things is to say it's inconclusive. We don't know what it is, but we can't say it's Bigfoot. But you know, folklore or not, it's been around for 159 years, if not more. And I mean, that's as far as we can go back, and I found is 1867. Back when we first started having sightings, but it's kind of like UFOs. They go back as far as probably 1800s. Who knows? But I mean, it's like, okay, people. Let's believe what we want. It's fine. I mean, it's our right to do that. I mean, and and I want to know, anybody listening out there, do you believe? What is your story? Maybe you have an encounter. Drop a comment, email me, and tell me. Oh yeah, I want to hear your story. I really do want to hear your stories because this is not something that could be one segment. It could be multiple segments. We're talking about it, and I'm gonna have some guests coming on. Hopefully here soon. I won't say when, but I mean just hopefully soon. That will come on and talk about their experience with Bigfoot. Um, there's Patterson and Gilman. They had one of the earlier films where they were out doing a documentary on Bigfoot. So they're already out there looking for Bigfoot. And they were on horseback. And they're going through the California trails. And they're like just going and trampling. You can see that the camera moves back and forth. You'll have to look it up. And it's the 1967 Patterson Gilman. Gimming, Gimann. And you can see them panning around, and all of a sudden you see this hairy looking thing, and it comes in good focus for being 1967 and the technology. But the gist of it is that their argument was that it was Hollywood props. Well, back then, they argued that they didn't exactly have the kind of costumes and special effects as we do now. And I mean, I looked, and I mean, you can't really tell. Now there was a anonymous. They wanted to say anonymous, but there was an anonymous couple in Sarasota, Florida, and they could not figure out why their apples were disappearing from their back porch. Now, it didn't go really into detail on why they had apples in the back porch. Nothing about like, oh, I had an apple tree growing in my backyard. They had apples missing from their backyard porch. And I was like, okay, well, could use a little more explanation. But hey, whatever. They want to stay anonymous for a reason. Maybe it's because they're older people and people are like, oh, you're old, see now, you're not going to believe you anyway. So the one night that after about 3 days, they decided to, hey, we got to figure out what's going on. Well, what's it called? Her Miss Betty. Miss Betty heard a ruffle in the backyard. Went to her porch and took 2 pictures. And the pictures show this creature looking right at her. But the way it looked, I'll be honest with you, the way it looked in the face, and you can look it up. The pictures looked that of like pretty much a chimpanzee and a gorilla, but just bigger. And they've all been known to be about between 6 and 15 feet. Now, I don't know who the tallest man is, but I've noticed that my look at this is that all of the pictures that I've seen so far, they all kind of look the same. Same build. But a couple of them claim that some of them have a female anatomy, and so they're saying cave woman, caveman. Maybe there's cave kids out there. Maybe there's Bigfoot woman, Bigfoot man. Maybe there's Bigfoot kids, and that's why maybe it just continues on in a generation. If you ask me, if you spend hundreds of years in the woods and have a family and then just keep reproducing like rabbits, maybe. If you're out in the woods and you're out there for a long time, you have no way of bathing, showering. You have no way of shaving, haircut, and all that stuff. Are you gonna look like a caveman / Bigfoot, or what do you want to call it? Honestly, that's my take of it. And there's another one going around they're calling it the Ohio Howl. So apparently this howl was heard from miles away, and I listened to it too, and honestly, I was very disappointed in it. It was not what they were like. Oh, you could hear the howl. Well, the first thing you hear is a bunch of dogs barking. Okay, what sounds to be in the background, a siren going off, which causes dogs to bark and howl a lot of the time. So then it breaks loose and it says filtered and amplified. Okay, so now you're adding filters on, and you're amplifying the sound. So you're taking the original to filter out the dogs. Now you hear this big old siren. I still think it's a siren because I also hear what sounds of people talking in the background. So I don't know. It's all over the place. But we've had sightings all over. There's recent news about a decaying caveman. I keep saying caveman, sorry. Bigfoot. A decaying Bigfoot being found. And they were trying to do the analyzation of it. But it's still inconclusive. They don't know what it is. And obviously, I don't know if we ever will. Obviously the thing's smarter than us. If it's been around for almost 200 years, undetected or unfound, and everybody's still chasing it, then obviously it's smarter than us, and it will continue to be smarter than us. What's your take on it? Another thing is, I don't know where I was going with it, but Bigfoot is one of those folklores that we're going to continue to chase after, just like anything else. Aliens, all that. And I wish I had more on it, but everything that I have found just comes back to the same look, the same sounds, the same stories. They saw it in a desert. They saw it at the construction site. They're finding these footprints, and they're like, oh, well, these have got to be Bigfoot. They're bigger than any man around. They're the stride's too long. The footprint's too big. So I just don't have enough to say about it. But I wanted to kind of give my take on it and see what others were saying about it. Maybe you guys out there have a story and you love to share it. And if you do, drop it. Drop me an email, unfiltered talk radio. Or you can go to the Gmail and go to uncontrolledmike@gmail.com. In my opinion, with all this, you can go online, read tons of stories, watch tons of videos, and form your own opinion. Or and you can, and I encourage you guys to do that, because I'm not gonna persuade someone one way or another. I honestly just think that there is something out there. Don't know what it is. Like I said, I've seen many videos of it, and from what the videos, I just can't determine it. And like I say, I have to see it and believe it myself, because there's a lot of things that we don't see, we have to believe in. But I would love to hear each and every one of your guys' opinions. I want to continue segments about Bigfoot. He's been around for 160 years, and we'll continue about 160 more, if not more. But honestly, if you have any great stories want to shout out, please just email me. And so whether Bigfoot is real or not, something is definitely out there, and people are feeling it. I can't say that, I can't say that I don't, go out there in the middle of the woods and get the EBGBs, but I mean, you do get the EBGBs when you're in the middle of the dark, and you're hearing a bunch of rustling around, and you're like, is it a bear? Is it a cougar? We don't know. And not knowing what we can't see is usually what's going to scare people the most. And and the mind's going to form the opinion already. It's been proven that humans will fill in the blank before the rest of it even gets there. So definitely, like I said, drop me an email and let me know if you got some stories, because I definitely want to hear them. And that's, again, uncontrolledmike@gmail.com. All right, folks. Well, I want to thank you for tuning in. And until another episode of Filter Talk Radio, until next time, I'm wishing each and every one of you a peaceful night or day wherever you're listening. And please like and share and comment when you can. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.